last tutorial showing you how to draw a very basic logo. Okay, so I'll draw the Android logo, and I'm just going to create a new file. I know that I can press back and create a new file that way, but I can also just create a new file from here. Okay, so just by clicking right there, new file. And so the Android logo kind of has a semicircle for a head, a rectangle for the body. It has two antennas coming off the head, and then just kind of arms and legs. It just looks like a robot. So I'll draw that really quickly, and maybe it'll open your eyes to some different ideas, but also some different tools as well that you can use. In particular, one thing that I haven't shown you yet that may be useful to you. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing a circle for the head. And I'm going to hold Shift on my keyboard to draw a good, perfectly symmetrical circle. Okay, and now how do I get a half circle for the head? Like, I want to draw a half circle. Okay, so I want to cut this right here. Here's how you do it in Vectr. It's not the easiest, and you kind of have to think outside the box. But what you do is pick up the rectangle tool, and you can see that it's snapping to the middle of the circle, which is what I want. And now I can just draw my rectangle here. When I've drawn my rectangle there, you can see that a semicircle is left at the top, and these options pop up here. Okay. So what I'll do for this to stand out is just change the color, just so that it stands out from the semicircle. Okay. And now what I'll do is I'm going to select both of these shapes. All right. When I've done that, so I just create a selection window around both, you can see that these options pop up to unite them, unite the shapes, subtract the shapes, intersect them. I have not shown you this before. Okay. So I'm going to subtract the shape. I want a semicircle. So I'm going to subtract. Okay, and you can see that the rectangle's gone, and that's exactly what I want. I just use the rectangle to cut my semicircle. Okay, now I'm going to draw the body portion of the robot. Okay, I'm going to line it up with the edge of my semicircle, and again line it up there. Okay, and very simply just draw that. Okay, I want to draw my arms and my legs, so those will be easy. Okay, I will just draw them like this. And I want to copy, I need two legs that are the same, so I just want to copy that, Control C or Command C. So copy, paste for Control V or Command V. Okay, line them up. Okay, now I want to group these. I don't want to move them one by one. I want to be able to move them together. So I select them both, right click, group. Okay, move them into position as best as you can. You should see, there you go, right there, that's in the middle. Okay. And make sure that this, let's just send this to the back. I don't want to see the legs in the front here. If I do decide to change the leg colors, I don't want to see them. So I just send that to the back. Okay, and now we'll do the same thing for the arms. So I'll just draw really quickly some arms here. Okay, and again, I want to copy and paste. Okay, line it up. Okay, really quick and easy. And then I will draw the eyes and then the two little antennas here as well. And then I'll show you how to change the color and use actually I can show you that right now. So let's say I change this color to be kind of a green. All right, so let's say I chose, let's see, like that. Okay. And like you can see that this color has this code, and I can type this code. Like, so if I wanted to make this body that same color, how do I do that? How do I make this body the exact same color? I don't remember which color I chose here. I don't remember where I stopped and used where I stopped my slider and where that color was. I know that it has a unique code, but I forgot to write down the code, right? How do I choose that same color green? Okay, well, you use what's called here the eyedropper. Click on the eyedrop tool, okay? And what now you can do is click on this green, and because that object was selected, it automatically made that the exact same color. Okay, so again, let's try this again. So I click on this, okay, click on background color, click on the eyedrop, and click on this. So you're, okay, and there you go. And now let's do it again here. And actually I can select all of these at the same time and do it all at once. And by the way I selected all of these at the same time was I just held shift on my keyboard. So click, hold shift, click again. And that selected all of that. Okay, there you go. Press enter. Let's do the eyes really quick. I'll do 2 small circles and I'll do them white. Okay, and I'll copy and paste that, line them up, okay, and I do want to group these 2 eyes, so I'm going to hold shift again. So I click on that eye, hold shift, click on this eye, right click, and group them. Okay, and now I can kind of move them together, make sure that it lines up with the center of the robot. And now just draw my 2 antennas, and I can again just use the rectangle tool, okay, and rotate, copy and paste. Okay, and look at what I did there. And actually, let me go slower there. All right, so I clicked on this, copy, paste, Control C, Control V, move it into position, and now look at the menu that pops up, right? I can flip it vertically so that it flips to the exact same angle that I want it to be, and as best as you can, kind of eyeball it and line things up, and just make sure that that is sent to the back. This is sent to the back, okay? And you have your little Android logo. Very, very simple logo, but effective. And let's say I wanted to move all of this down a little bit closer to my body. I'm just going to do a selection window, select all of that, okay, and then just move down. Click and hold and move it down closer to my body, okay, so that it moves everything at the same time. All right. Again, remember, keep your logo as simple as possible. Look at the shapes that I used, right? Rectangles and circles, and that was it. And I was able to create a logo that is kind of world-renowned, and that when you see this, you know that that represents Android, right? Think of, you know, your Apple phones. It's just an apple with a little bite out of it, and when you see that apple, you automatically think of the product. Most of the logos that you can think of your favorite companies have very, very simple logos. All right, so just remember to keep it simple.